Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching. I hope you're doing well. It's time for me to redo my kefir here. Anybody who knows me on any type of personal level knows that this has been sitting on my counter for several years now. Kefir is my go-to home brewed probiotic. See, kefir, let me go ahead and open it here. See this liquid that's there? See, every day what I do is I strain some of it off into the glass. But see, this is to the end of the jar. So I'm going to go ahead and strain all of this off. And I'm going to show y'all how I reset it. See, this is what they look like. See? I always make a mess. I could never do this without any of them spilling. Okay. Now, kefir, see, I have to concentrate when I'm doing that part because it always makes a mess. Kefir is a potent probiotic, and what makes it so potent is that this is brewed directly from the mother, home brewed. Kefir restores gut health. You know, what it does is it's full of enzymes and probiotics. It's good for irritable bowel syndrome. If you have H. pylori, you know, any of those type of stomach issues, even ulcers and stuff like that. Overall gut health. It's also good for cholesterol too. It lowers cholesterol. It's said to lower the blood lipid levels. So whenever you're working with kefir, you want to always use plastic, wooden, or like this stainless steel that I just used. Because any of those other type of metals and stuff will actually interfere with your kefir. It might even kill it. See, I always add 2 tablespoons or 1 ounce. You see, I'm running short. I'm going to have to break this up of this right here. This is dehydrated cane sugar syrup. I don't know if you can read the fine print down there, dehydrated. Okay. See, this is, in Mexicans call it, or people who speak Spanish call it piloncillo or panela. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's got vital nutrients in it that's necessary for the life of your kefir. Your kefir lives off of that, off of the minerals in it and sugar. Because this is a fermenting process. Anything that you're going to ferment is going to need some type of sugar. Or you can use a little molasses if you can't get a hold to the piloncillo. And this is about close to a gallon here. Okay, so to this amount, you would put 2 tablespoons of the piloncillo or like a tablespoon of the molasses. And you know, this fresh kefir here has got 100 times more live active cultures in it than the store-bought peel forms. You know, because the peel farms, they sit up there on the counter and just, you know, to say it's a live active culture, how well do you think it's living up there in a peel? Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's got to be dying daily. And this is about a 1/4 cup of sugar. That's not much to a... Huh? Oh. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add water. I hope I have enough water filtered here. I like to use filtered water. you know, kefir's got a lot of vitamins and minerals in it as well, and it's got the amino acids too. It's good, and it's a natural probiotic. You know, another good thing about kefir, if you drink kefir every day, it's nearly impossible for you to get E. coli and salmonella poisonings and stuff like that, because you would have good, strong flora in there ready to resist any foreign invaders. There's been many a times I've eaten places, and like as soon as I eat it, it would just come right back up because my body would reject it. You know, and I wouldn't get sick either because it would come up before it could even soak in. And it could also be used topically as well. Excuse me. Kefir could be used topically for like acne and eczema and stuff like that. Yeah, and also like if I was to let this brew for too long, because see this mixture here, well, I'm gonna fill it up, but this mixture here I would let it sit out for about 2 or 3 days. Well, the cooler your environment, the longer you'd have to let it sit. You know, it's like a regular ferment process, and it'll get less sweet, and it'll start to taste more of like a beer at first. You know, well, at first kind of like an apple juice, and then the longer you let it ferment, it'll taste more like a beer, and then it'll taste more like a kind of like a drier wine, and then on to like a vinegar. So you don't want to let it sit up for too long, you know, and your grains could actually die, you know, so you have to replenish them on a regular basis with more piloncillo, more sugar, you know, what drain off the fermented stuff like you saw me do at first here. Drain it off, and every day you should be pouring some off and drinking it about this amount. I don't know if you can see how big this glass is, but you know, at least 12 to 16 ounces, you know, every day. But and when it started to get low, or if it started to get too strong like vinegary, then go ahead and drain off that, and then put fresh water, more piloncillo, and sugar. So this water is filtered more. So I'm going to go ahead and top this off. But what I was saying, once it gets so strong to where it's like a vinegar, what I do is I use it to like pickle cucumbers or something like that. I always put my same little cover over. This is just a coffee filter. And just let it, I keep it sitting right there. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video about kefir. Oh, let me tell y'all also about the grains real quick. Oh, look, there's a little piece of sugar. See, this is what the grains look like up close. See how they look kind of clear? You know, this is what it looks like when it's in its juice. And kefir's also got 3 times more of the active strands, you know, beneficial strands than yogurt as well. And it's also a good thing that helps our body detox as well. And also, this will eliminate allergies and asthma. I have a friend who had asthma, he said, since he was born. And as long as he was on his kefir, he had no asthma attacks. But he would always, once he would get better, he would neglect this kefir, it would die, and he would always have to come back and get more because it would come back, you know, because his immune system, I guess, would get weak again. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video about the kefir. If y'all would like to know more about it, let me know. But kefir has truly changed my life, truly. It's also good for mood. That's where it got, you know, helped me so much, because I used to suffer with terrible depression. Oh, if y'all only knew. But since I've been taking care of my gut health, all of that is improved. As a matter of fact, the person I first got my kefir grains from, she had gotten hers from Mexico. You know, it was a Mexican lady. And this lady is still up and about. She's in her 90s. And she walked all the way like 2 miles up the street and stop in every dumpster to get stuff that she can recycle. And then walk to the recycling place, cash in her little cans that she's carried, you know, all the way up the road of the main, like a busy, you know, walkway. But she really inspired me. And one day I asked her what she was doing for her health. And, you know, she had gone from like being in a wheelchair to a walker to a cane to walking as well as she was, you know, as old as she is. So I wanted to know why. And I asked her and she told me, and, you know, she didn't speak much English, so I had to eventually talk to her daughter about it. But that's how I got introduced to kefir, and it has truly changed my life. Now, if y'all want to know more about kefir or how to get some for yourself, let me know. Okay? I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and God bless y'all. Bye.